losing circulation.
I can see it. You see that vein popping out?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
you gotta breathe during those, man.
man.
You gotta breathe during those.
I don't have proper technique. I don't think I've had proper flexing technique in my
No,
whole
you
life.
haven't been doing. You haven't been practicing all. You haven't been doing any of your strength training, bro.
No.
That tells you everything you need to know,
No.
people. Tells you everything you need to know.
Strength training is lifting kegs.
Oh, okay. But hey, that's something,
No,
right?
but I hurt myself doing it too.
Oh
so I
my
guess
goodness!
Yeah.
You didn't have to tell him that. You could have told him that you throw those
You
things
see
around.
those kegs
Like,
out, man, like
that's
they're
what I was about to say.
nothing.
Come on now.
Yeah, they're like aluminum cans, bro. You kidding me?
Well, I guess today's gonna be good for you then, because we got Justin King coming on, owner and strength coach over at Built Better.
Yeah.
He's gonna be coming in, talking to us about everything going on over at his facility.
All right.
So maybe he can give you some pointers today on how not to hurt your
I probably should have
back.
brought my notebook today. I need to be taken to school today.
There's these things called phones that have notepads in them. So pull out your phone pad.
Pull out the phone pad today.
100%. Let's bring Justin.
Let's
in,
go.
That's I got worried when you were flexing. I don't want no one busting anything up.
I almost hit the ground. Do you know CPR?
As the episode starts.
There he goes.
Just be sitting there the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
So how was
Hand
that
up.
one thing that works out?
Yeah.
100%.
Wouldn't that be embarrassing? I mean, that has to happen before, right? Somebody blew something up because they were flexing too hard.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
I bet.
I mean, I've never seen it actually happen, but I mean, those guys that do heavy lifting, you've seen those guys like have
Something pop.
aneurysms
Yeah,
in the
that's
middle
true.
of lifting something and then just pass out. You know?
The one I always remember was the guy doing the deadlift, and all of a sudden he just starts gushing blood. Have you seen that one?
I think I might have.
Yeah, it was insane.
I think there's
I think it
one
was a
like a
deadlift.
dude's butthole fell out, right?
Whoa! wait, what are you watching?
Like
God,
I could
that's
have
not a
sworn. That's not. Things just got too touched there. I know it sounds like I'm joking, but I swear that actually happened. Like some dude was like
Some dude's
Like his
ass
organs
fell out,
popped out or
his
something.
organs, like he had like hernia, like
He wasn't doing his rectal tightening exercises. And
Kegels.
Kegel.
Kegels for the butt, man.
Do your Kegel exercises.
Gotta do that. Gotta do
These
that.
things are just making their way back around. I don't know how everybody forgot about Kegels.
Apparently,
now.
Marcus has been doing these Kegel exercises.
I stay doing my Kegels, bro. You know, you gotta keep things tight.
Butt tight.
You know? People are gonna be like, "What are these guys talking about?"
I know, and this is not a good way. It's just a good way to start.
It's a wonderful way to start.
Perfect way.
Talking about
Wonderful
some
way.
dude's backside of his ass falling out.
What can I say, man? It was one of the first things that hit my mind. You know,
Always
that
thinking
type
about
of
it, yeah.
morning.
Yeah. Welcome in, dude. Yeah.
Thank you. And on that note, speaking of,
Oh no, this is not good.
was
Anyways,
wonderful. It was wonderful.
welcome in, man. So
Thank you.
you're the reason why this boy looking thick.
no way, man.
Yeah, way.
No way, man.
This boy is
small part.
thick
Small
with two
part.
C's. He's coming
Ooh.
in. I've never seen him walk around so puffy. You know what I'm saying?
I
This
believe
dude's-
that
this dude-
actually
this dude's
has more to
pumped.
do with me realizing that my walking isn't necessarily the right, because I'm always like, I don't like to show what I bring to the party, so I
Yeah.
kind of like to walk inconspicuous.
Yeah.
But I've been realizing after training, like that's actually hindering me on a
100%.
lot of things. And it's like I don't like to walk because that makes me look like I'm trying to be like extra
Puffy.
buff.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm just a little thick.
You're just trying to stand with a good structural balance, man. That's all you're trying to do.
Exactly. And I noticed the differences. So I've been like just poking that chest out, putting those shoulders back, you know,
Yeah,
Chin
yeah,
up.
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, dog.
walking with the right type of technique and yeah, that's what's got me looking all big
Oh,
like this,
whoa.
man. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Look this up in here.
There you go.
This guy can't even cut weight because of you now.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
yeah. You're gonna be hit up by a
man.
You're gonna see
dietitian,
he's just blowing you up.
nutritionist.
What's going on?
Yeah,
What's going
They're gonna be
on?
like, who is this guy? Yeah.
Watch, the weight cut's gonna be on point this
Oh,
time,
you
even
can-
more.
It's
100%.
gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. So
Oh man, chiseled
yeah.
up.
Yeah, and the strength gains have been the real thing too. And we've been building. I mean, the things that we've been able to do in the last what 2 months we've been doing it.
Yeah, it's been about 2 months, I'd say. Yeah, 7, 8 weeks.
100%. Not only do I realize the differences in a lot of it, but my training partners have been realizing the difference in a lot of it.
I can imagine.
because I'm a strong guy, but like it's like specifics, you know.
Strength training is different. Though,
Exactly.
right?
Well, and it's all about training the athlete specific to their sport and who they are. So like for him, he has a weight class, so like everything is relative strength based. Like he cannot put on any more weight. Like it's already fun enough coming down in weight. Like the stories I hear about these guys, it's exciting. So yeah, he can't put on any weight. We just got to make him more resilient in his tissues and make it to where he's producing more force and faster. And yeah,
Okay.
man.
So bring me. How did this whole relationship start?
Yeah.
Like how did you guys find each other? And
Yeah.
then Yeah. 'Cause
No,
this
so it's through one of my clients, John Rogovianu. So him and a few of my other clients. So we have pro athletes and executives are our main kind of people that we work with. But they have a company called Riz Pharma. Really cool company, by the way. Ooh. Yeah, we'll have to chat about that. That's real nice. Ooh.
Plug.
Do we do the 10-second pause for the ad right now?
But yeah, so through John, he got linked up with Jason out of Iridium and Themba, the dude who's out of Florida now. Just we met, we talked. John and I are like, hey, how can we benefit each other? We ended up linking up with Marcus, and we went and got some coffee, got to chatting, and it was like, okay, man, like let's turn the UFC game on its head and get some really good strength training for an athlete.
Yeah.
And then ever since, like he said, it's been 7-8 weeks that we've been training. Mm-hmm. In the first 3 weeks, we saw a 28% increase in his lower body force production.
Whoa.
Which like that's
28%.
Yeah, man. So like you can imagine that on like a kick, like. Yeah. Come on.
You're feeling it more.
Oh yeah. And then
28%.
Oh yeah. And then his upper body extensor force production was up. I think it was like 22% in 3 weeks. So like, again, you imagine that with a punch, like it's wild, man. So bringing the right type of strength training, and specific to the athlete, not just specific to the sport, but like looking at Marcus and going through the entire assessment process and seeing what are his weak links? What are the things that are required of him in his sport? And what are the missing pieces? And how can we fill that in to make him a better fighter? So that's what we've been doing. And he's been crushing it, man. Strength gains way up, force production way up, getting better ranges of motion. And then he applies that to his sport. I mean, and we'll see on this next card, man. We'll see on this next one. It's going to be.
I'm pretty excited about it.
This is very interesting.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. So bring it in on like the gym, because now you're talking about specifics. I mean, going that far, I thought the guy's already an assassin as it is.
Yeah.
And then now he's getting these type of results from your gym.
Sure.
Have you worked with MMA fighters before? Or is this kind of like your first? Okay, so you have.
Yeah. So yeah, the whole world of grappling and combat sports, we've worked with a decent amount. Okay. From Team USA wrestlers, Greco-Roman, UFC, Jiu-Jitsu, like it's a good widespread. It's specifically for Marcus. Again, we're really big on training the athlete that's in front of us, and the sport is kind of secondary. Like I got you. The whole specific to the sport thing is kind of BS. Like we're not having him bring in like dummy arms that he's like doing curls with to like increase his strength specific to that, or like
I'm just doing arm bars the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, everything is making him better so that he can apply it to the sport. Like he's a vehicle, and we're taking him from a V6 and putting in a V12 and tuning it up a little bit, and then he's going to drive it. You know what I mean? Nice. We're not teaching him how to drive. I'm not going to tell him how to throw a punch or throw a kick or anything like that. We're just
applying him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So where did this all start? How did your gym all come together? Even the people that you worked with?
Sure.
Bring us in on all that.
Yeah, man. So I've always been big into training. Grew up myself doing MMA. Did that, basketball, but I'm like 5'7", 5'8", depending on who you're talking to. So I'm not doing much with that.
Yeah, my driver's license says 5'9".
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But yeah, so I was always interested in training. Didn't like competing in front of people though. So that's kind of where I fell in love with the gym. And I've always been really obsessive with everything that I've done. And so early on, I was always looking for like, okay, what's the best way to do whatever it is that I'm doing? I don't want to waste time. I want to be the best at whatever I do. Started training when I was like training people when I was 16. Got in with some really good people. God's good. He opens the right doors when the anointing is on the right thing. So got in with the right people. I remember going to I don't know if you know the name Charles Poliquin. So Charles, he's the most winning strength coach like ever. Like athletes have medaled in a ridiculous amount of sports.
I might actually have a book.
Oh yeah,
to be honest with you.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm gonna ask a weird question real fast.
Okay.
Is he a lifetime member?
A lifetime member?
Yeah, the gym lifetime.
No. No, the late Charles Poliquin. I should have said that. He passed away like 5 years ago.
Maybe.
Yeah. But so I got in with him, and I think I was 17 the first seminar I went to. This dude was charging like $1,500 to like $6,500 for a seminar. His hour consultation rate was $1,250 per hour. So like this dude was like
What?
The ish, like this is the guy. And my goal was to annoy him so much so that he couldn't get me out of his head. And it worked. By the time I was 18, I think I had gone to like 7 or 8 different courses of his, like really, really good family members that were willing to kind of help me with the payments for everything. And then after doing consultations and everything like that, he brought me in, he hired me. So I helped as a course conductor, consulted with some different things, did research and helped with ghostwriting and all that. And just through that, all the right people and right pieces came into play. And then speeding up from there to here, started the gym, the brand Built Better in 2019. And up to now, we've worked with NFL athletes from 27 teams, NHL, MLB, UFC, Olympic athletes, like big spread of different types of athletes. And we're becoming known for producing the best results in the industry. So like taking like an all pro safety who in 2019 it was 2020. He was ranked number 19 in the NFL, taking him and in an off season, putting 6.2 inches on his vertical. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's all like, it's the same thing as Marcus, just looking and assessing what is it that this athlete individually needs, giving them those pieces to accentuate their strengths, bring up their weaknesses, and then they apply it to their sport. And then it's game over from there. So that's why I'm chomping at the bit with Marcus. It's like we're 7-8 weeks in, but like now with when everything is scheduled for it, we got some more time. So like, yeah.
So how long are you guys going to keep working with each other? I'll like,
I mean,
this is it.
Yeah,
you guys are rolling.
Yeah, we're gonna
Definitely.
keep rolling. Yeah, 100%. So I mean, that's my plan too, is just to keep growing. And I've talked to, even since meeting, I'm the type of person that like, I like to stick around with the same people.
Yep.
Like it takes a lot for me to jump around and move around, and the results are speaking for themselves. I can feel the difference. I know my teammates have brought it up to me as well. So it's been a beautiful thing. I've been excited about it, and I am excited to go test it in the cage too.
Oh man,
so
that's where it's real fun.
Yeah, that's where it's gonna be like, no punches pulled. So it'll be excited to go put it all to the test, and that's what we do it for too. Is to go find out what all this work is creating.
Yeah.
So. I'm looking forward to getting my 6.2 vertical jump too. You know what I'm saying? I need all that. That's going to go behind the flying knees.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
So no, that's awesome, man. It's awesome. And it's been great. Honestly, just going to the facility too, and like the way that you guys break everything down, everything's so personalized too.
Yep.
I really like that idea of things. I've talked to multiple fighters, and that's one of the things that like is appealing to them as well, as like that personal focus on, okay, we're gonna hit the things that we need to hit in this amount of time, and we're gonna do it the right way. You know?
No, 100%. It's one of those things that even at the highest level in strength training and just trying to increase performance of athletes, it's still not super common that people are maximizing what they can do with an individual athlete. People are running businesses, so it's like, okay, well, if I get 4 dudes in at a time and they're all kind of similar, so I'll train them similarly, or 1 coach to 2 athletes or whatever it is. So everything that we do with our pros is, in some instances, it may even be 2 coaches for 1 athlete during a session.
Whoa.
And their program is like, it's exactly what they need. Like their assessment, their unique thumbprint of who they are and what they need specific to their sport, like we train them for that. So no one's doing any similar program. Everything's specific and different. And that's kind of like the not so secret is just like pouring into these athletes with the same amount of passion, drive, ambition as they have, but on our end, like, hey, I'm not going to leave any stone unturned. Like, if you're trusting me to get you a result and like you're not going with someone else, I'm going to do everything in my ability to do that. Like, business aside and time aside, energy aside, like making sure that everything you can do for that athlete, like you're doing. It's like that's where all that personalized stuff comes in. Is just we're about results and maximizing it and having the maximum impact on someone that we can.
Yeah.
I believe God sets people up with gifts and talents to help others. So like, why would we not want to maximize that? You know what I mean?
Amen. I know you said you work with like professional athletes and then executives as well. Executives, would that be like the average day people that are going to work and facilitate?
100%.
Okay.
Oh, you work with everybody. It's not just high level athletes.
Yeah, and
Your gym's open to everybody.
Yeah, anyone who's serious about results. It's like we don't necessarily work with people that are like, I really want to lose 60 pounds, but I kind of want to eat what I want. So like, it's like, no, like if you're serious about results, like we'll work with you, but we're putting our all into it. So we expect that from everyone that comes in.
That's cool.
And anyone from like right now in the gym, we've got people as old as like, I think our oldest client is 73.
Wow.
I think I met him, right? Yeah, I think
oh no. Yeah, that's right. Jerry,
yeah.
Jerry's like 76.
Uh-huh.
Yo, 76-year-old?
He's a monster. This dude is like, I think last time we did a 14 site caliper site on him, I think he was like 8%. This dude's got like one of my favorite sayings that Charles used to say is you should have penis skin all over your body because you're so lean. So this dude's got penis skin everywhere. Like, he's super lean.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So people all the way from like someone like that who he owns an entire dental practice and he does that, all the way to a youth athlete, or in between a stay-at-home mom who's postpartum and she's looking to like increase her body's health and performance, or the busy dad or whoever it is. So it's anyone who's serious about results, we apply what we have to it. And yeah, man.
That was gonna be my next thing, is kind of, it has to go, I mean, obviously within the body, right?
Sure.
Even for him walking around the way that he is subconsciously here, it's becoming his new routine.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So you're developing more than just the body. You're going mind and
100%.
Like daily soul, like everything that you're feeling, right?
100%. Yeah. What comes out of your body is very dependent on everything going on inside of your body, like down to your hormones or your genetic background or whatever it is. Like you have to address everything. If you don't address everything, you'll meet certain points where you're not getting the progress that you want. So like, I don't think we haven't run your blood work yet, but
no, I need to. I've been thinking to myself, I'm such a procrastinator. I started the other assessment that you sent me to, didn't finish the assessment, and then still didn't go get the blood work, even though I got it all set up.
Hey man, it happens. But yeah, usually it's tisk. Yeah, no, usually it's a full blood panel that we have built out.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So they'll go get that done and we'll interpret it, and then they have Cyrex food sensitivity testing. So it tests, I think it's like 200 some odd different foods to see what their body responds well to. And it can even let you know what tissues are affected. So like some food sensitivities may affect brain tissue, some may affect soft tissues like joints and muscles. And you know what I mean? It really depends. But they'll get that done. The Braverman assessment, so neurotransmitter dominance and deficiency test. So we'll figure out what kind of like brain chemistry we're playing with. Because that'll let us know what they respond well to, whether it's from a coaching standpoint or from a volume intensity variation standpoint. No stone left unturned. We got to check everything.
Interesting. So how long is it? I'm going to say, well, at least since you've been an owner or everything, how long has the gym been open for? How long have you been operating?
not that long. I had a partner that I was going to go in on a gym with, and just things got a little crazy. So we went and we leased a like semi-private spot for a little while. We just got into our own private spot in January.
Wow.
Total God thing, man. We like the people who purchased this property that we have a space in, they got it, and everything around was like $35-$40 a square foot. And I don't think they really knew what was going on. And so they're like, we'll ask like 17 a square foot or like 18 a square foot, like super cheap.
What?
I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm 2 months out from the NFL offseason. Like I need something right now. Yeah. And I was able to get in there. And I think we got all of our equipment delivered, floors in literally the Sunday before our first NFL athlete came in the next Monday. Mm-hmm. So it was like,
bang, bang, bang,
go,
bang,
go,
bang.
go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've had it since January. So we're not even a year into the space yet.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I understand what that's
Well, I will
like.
say too, say something about how they take care of it too. I swear, like, so everything is so put together, like how it's supposed to be put together. Every time we get done working out, the way you guys plate everything back where it's supposed to be in synchron. I don't even know if that's the word. It's all synchronized, like weight rides. Everything goes back where it's supposed to go.
Oh, it's got to.
It's like
it's
super.
got to.
It goes along with the work ethic. Everything is precise.
It's got to be.
It's pretty cool to
detailed
see it too.
all that.
What you do with little, you'll do with a lot. So even those little things, you got to be tight with.
Where is the space at?
Just south of DC Ranch, like McDowell Mountain Ranch and Thompson Peak.
Okay.
So yeah, like North Scottsdale.
North Scottsdale.
Yeah, North Scottsdale. Yeah. Great space, man.
How many members do you have? Has it grown since you obviously started?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Considering that maybe 50% of our population is the pro athlete, pro and collegiate athlete realm, they're very seasonal. So we'll have times where it's like there's 30 different athletes coming through, and then we'll have times where it's like there's 4 that are in. You know what I mean? And then the general population, that'll fluctuate. But including our online and the people that are coming in for training, I couldn't tell you, to be honest. It's a decent amount.
Yeah.
Man. So it's very seasonal in the gym. And then online, we're just launching our online platform, getting that more organized. But that's like in the hundreds that like everything is set at. So
you just personalize something, send it out to them.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how online will work.
Yeah.
Personalized,
online.
Send it out to them.
Exactly.
And then how did it, I guess they'll still come in, but how do you keep those ones pretty, I guess, accountable on that?
Yeah, it's a process. They, in most cases, there's videos that they'll do for the assessments. And in a lot of cases, like this guy I just linked up with, he's technically out of Ottawa. He's a retired bodybuilder. Now he's going into sprinting. So he's like 270 shredded, and like now he wants to sprint. But that dude and other athletes, they'll usually fly to me, or I'll fly to them and do the assessment and train them and walk them through. So like that's ideal. But there's only so many people that we can fly to at a time. And that's ideal. But in most cases, they're just lots of communication. So it's by no means is it as good as in person. But I mean, if someone lives in Ottawa, they're not going to move their entire family out to Scottsdale. Like we have people that'll do that, like during an NFL offseason or something, but that's 6 to 12 weeks. That's not permanently being out in Scottsdale. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Sure. Almost like a vacation for the fam. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Scottsdale is gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous.
Especially that area. That skate park right there is like one of my favorite skate parks.
Yeah.
Crazy. They charge $1 for it now.
Ooh.
Oh, they charge you for it?
Yeah, you have to, and then you have to go all the way around. We used to have to go through that gate right there. I remember when they first built that park. It's so crazy. But yeah, that was one of the cool things.
Trying to get out to you a little bit.
Yeah. But that's why I have to drive by it every time and tell myself, no, not today.
Not today.
We're going to leave it alone today.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
No, that's cool. I enjoyed the videos, like the couple ones that he's put up.
Yeah.
Like about him, like throwing down.
Yeah, man.
The gym looks gorgeous.
I appreciate that.
It looks great. And then obviously the results are speaking for themselves here.
There you go.
This guy's easy.
Filling out that Riz shirt.
Yeah, you got the reshade tattoos, man. You're stretching out this skin so much.
Hey, man, that's what they're supposed to do. The tattoos look better when they get stretched
out. Right. No, he's looking. Yeah.
So getting into the Riz, Riz Pharma in particular. So what is Riz Pharma? What's the goal behind Riz Pharma? And like, what's the vision? What's the vision there? Yeah.
So obviously I can't speak to it as well as like someone like John, Miles, or Caleb, or any of those dudes that are a part of the company, but they're doing some really cool stuff. So their whole goal is to get into the market. They are doing women's health as well, but predominantly the way it started is they wanted to target the population of males that wouldn't necessarily admit that there's a health or a mental issue going on. The base of it being mental, like 100%. Mental health for men, and the effect that can be experienced if you address that, or if you address the things that are causing the symptoms of a mental health decline. So they have a bunch of different products that they do. They're all like boutique, shipped to your door. Like you do the telemed service, and a doc links up with you, and you kind of figure out what you need to get the result that you want, whether it's improved mental health, improved sexual performance, hair loss, like whatever it is. They kind of do a little bit of everything. But you go through that process, and then it's super simple. Like everything's shipped to your house discreetly. The packaging is pretty cool, actually. They're just showing me kind of the new packaging that they're going with and everything. But yeah, man, honestly, like there's a lot of companies out there that do things that are similar to that. But one thing with them, like the heart that they have behind this, like this is not a money grab for them. This is truly like they see a need in the men's mental health realm, especially guys that like, I imagine dudes that like watch UFC and it's like, no, like I'm good, like just aggression, like, and they don't want to admit anything that's going on. Like they want to address that population and give them the help that they need. So it's really cool what they're doing.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Absolutely love that. And I did look at their page and see that they're doing the women's health as well.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Just, and that there is a mental health decline happening in the United States. And for us to
100%.
ignore that, it'd be crazy. People are just having a harder time and then there's so much out there too. There's so much information that's being put in our faces.
Yeah.
Everything's so go. It's so hard not to be anxious and not to be for these things not to be affecting us. So to see somebody jumping into that realm and trying to do whatever they can just to help. And again, it's simple things that we can all be going through, things that, hurt our subconscious, that
100%.
that we hold in,
Yeah, you don't even realize. It's predicted that we have 100 times more stress than our grandparents did. Like even just a phone, like the fact that in the back of your mind, you're constantly in this fight or flight, like I have to be available to answer this. Like one of the guys I used to work for, he told me, he was like, I have it trained with everyone who's in a contact on my phone that I'm not going to respond for 12 hours. Like it's a thing. Like he decides that he's not going to respond for 12 hours and then people are less frequent about reaching out. But like, phones and just everything that's going on social media, like there's so many more stressors and there's so many things that are, the social media, for example, gives you all these dopamine kicks and then your body's producing this crazy amount of dopamine and you're frying out your dopamine receptor sites. Those get down regulated. They're not as sensitive to dopamine. Then you're looking for a kick. You're looking for a high, and then you see a mental degrade or all the processed foods and the lack of minerals in the soil and stuff like that. Your body's not getting the micronutrients it needs to create the neurotransmitters that are responsible for not being anxious, not being depressed, like being happy and energized and driven to do everything you need to do. Like the gut health one, for example, over 60% of your GABA. So GABA is a neurotransmitter. Think of it as like the opposite of anxiety. Over 60% of that is made in your gut. So like if we're living in a world where you can go get a package this or a process that, like you're going to see a decline in your gut health and then you're going to see worse anxiety. And then what does that turn into? So like a company like Riz is really cool because they're trying to address all of those things, especially in ways that people aren't necessarily thinking about. So I don't know if I'm technically allowed to say it, but I'm going to say it anyways. They're also developing some different supplements that'll help like address some of those issues. So it's not just a pharmaceutical side, but they're also going to look at like just the general natural supplement side of how can we all in all improve the mental health of course, first they were looking at men and they're like, man, well, why don't we expand this and go into women as well? Like, so yeah, it's really cool what they're doing. It's really cool.
So say like an average Joe like me.
Yeah.
Just hit them up on the website, go through this, or do you go through like a whole process? Do you sit down with these guys and do they evaluate what's kind of going on with you?
Yeah.
Like all this stuff. How does the process work to get involved with them?
It's so simple and easy. You go onto the website, you say what you're looking for. They'll send you a little questionnaire in the website. You go through it. If a telemed appointment is needed, they'll do it. If not, then they just have the doctor review everything.
Okay.
And then it just ships to your door.
Really?
It's like Amazon with an extra little questionnaire. Like really? That's it. Yeah.
But that questionnaire is beneficial because it's going to help you get what you need to.
Yeah. You get access to a health professional in a no cost scenario. Like obviously you're paying for the product, but like their prices are nothing compared to the other spots. But yeah, you get access to a health professional that's going to give you what you need to get the desired result and change that you want. Yeah, it's super convenient. It's the today version of like optimized healthcare.
Yeah, and this is all of it, like sleep aid, recovery.
Yeah,
I mean, we're going down the list of everything, right? Yeah, that's great.
That's what they're getting into. That's awesome. And honestly, I didn't know as much about it, and I have been following them on Instagram and talking to John about it more and more. And it's just cool to see somebody get into that space because even Rob, when we had Rob and Ancient Tarian on, that's one of his biggest things. He's more like holistic, natural remedies. My nutritionalist I talked to.
Yeah.
And that's one of his main things is just gut health. Gut health's leading to everything
else. It's huge.
I feel the difference, like inside and outside of camp. Like whenever I'm eating, whenever I am going out of my way, taking the family out to eat random meals and doing these different things, like my anxiousness, like I would even say depression. Like I go through these depressed states of mind, right? Where I have to break myself out of it and tell myself, okay, why is this happening? Why am I going? Everything's good. Why do I feel this way?
Yeah.
Well, my gut health is not where it should be, and it's affecting my chemicals in my body. And I'm reacting in a certain way. And it's like most people won't think that way though. Most people don't even realize that's what's happening. They're just going, my life's going into shambles. That's what's happening. My life's going into shambles. I don't know why. In reality, the life is the same, but our emotions are being clouded essentially.
In 10 to 15 years, everyone will be on the same page about it. But right now, like you said, it's one of those things that it's kind of cutting edge. Like it's weird to think like, you're telling me that if I go out and eat a burger that I wouldn't usually eat, that I could be depressed the next day. Like that doesn't make sense. I should be happy. Like, maybe I'm depressed because it's gonna make me fat, but like, why else would I be depressed? But yeah, I one of my mentors I used to learn from, he would tell a story about how he was super, super clean eating all the time. And like once a month, him and his daughter would make some pancakes for breakfast or whatever. And turns out he had a food sensitivity to whatever was in the pancakes. And the next day he was like not just like depressed, but like suicidal thoughts out of nowhere. And it's like, what the heck is this? Like, it's crazy. But like, then you go get like a Cyrex food sensitivity test and it's like, oh, well, it's because you have a ridiculous sensitivity to the ingredients that are in that. And it specifically affects brain tissue. And it's like, oh my gosh, well, that's why, like, dang. So like, yeah, the food stuff is huge. The supplements to help support everything so that your body's producing what it needs to, that's huge. Like all of it's huge, man.
100%. And I feel it firsthand. You know, I really do. I go through these moments. My wife's like, what are you talking about? It's like, you don't realize it because I'm like, I've gotten better about not bringing it up. But I notice how I'm like, man, where is my mind right now? Everything is so good, but like, where's my mind going right now? It's like, oh, wait, you know, I have been eating like absolute garbage. Haven't been taking supplements, you know. And even if it's not garbage, like I don't think burger and fries are garbage, but if it's not on your, again, the bun, like everything that comes into it, whatever, you don't know what all these restaurants are using on their stuff. It's like you don't know how that's affecting your body, especially if you're not doing these assessments to find out those food sensitivities, which I have done one with Rob back in the day. I need to do another one though. I'm gonna get that done. Now that you put me on the spot, ASAP.
Keep calling it
ASAP. It's going down. You know.
I love
Plus,
it.
I want to know too, because like I realize that I don't think most people will admit that to themselves when they realize those types of things. I realize it after certain days of eating or my habits. I will go into these spells of just emotional. I don't know, where I have emotional problems. I'm just going in my thoughts and how I react to my kids is different. The things that are going through my mind, how I'm going to training, like all those things are just different. And it's like, it could be very simple. My diet and the way my gut is producing things.
Oh yeah. Well, and what an interesting concept too. Like you're a professional athlete who's optimizing everything about your body, what you put into it and how you perform, everything you do. So you would think that if there was anyone that was pretty cutting edge, it'd be yourself. But I can't tell you how many professional athletes I've run into that even like way simpler concepts. It's like, you're telling me that if I drink grape juice in the morning, that's not good for me. Like, or if I eat pancakes for breakfast, like I always eat pancakes for breakfast. Like, what do you mean? So like there's so many concepts that like, if the people who are cutting edge, like the pro athletes and the strength coaches and all of that, if they're not aware of it, okay, think about like a dad who's just working or whatever. Like he definitely doesn't know about that in most cases. He's not trying to optimize his body and like how much of a better dad would he be or friend would he be or even just like his personal relationship with himself. Like how much better could his life be if he knew about that stuff and he could optimize it? Like this is all stuff that like I wish everyone knew. Like it's a great thing that like you know about it and it's gonna make a huge impact on your performance and you and your sport and you as a person. But like, man, there's so many people that are not on the cutting edge of things that like if you just knew like life could be a lot better. Like how many people could be saved from whatever thing it is that they're going through if it was just they optimized this a little bit more, if they were more aware.
And the awareness part, even if they're just able to go, okay, this is why. Like at least I could pinpoint it, you know, because a lot of them are just like, hey, I'm feeling this way because something's wrong. And it's like, well, it's not what you think is wrong though. You know?
Do you help people out with nutrition too? Is that kind of a thing after all these assessments and tests? And say, I mean, go down the line. You're able to help with food, the nutritional, or like the supplement part, and the working out. You're like a one-stop shop.
Yeah. So whoever comes in, we do their training, their habits, their recovery, their supplementation, their nutrition, everything. If we didn't do everything, we would be lacking results. which is why, again, everyone who comes in that's like included in the fees per se, is we do all of that.
Wow.
And that's also why like the Cyrex food sensitivity is so important. The blood panel that we have people do is so important.
But you send that, or you make them go to someone else to do that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're opening up a wellness sector to the facility. It won't be set until 2024. So at that point in time, we'll be able to just do everything in-house. But for right now, yeah, we send people over to Acacia Natural Medicine, and they'll pull the blood, send it to the labs. We'll get the results. Same thing from Cyrex. We'll get all that. And then we go through it in-house and then write protocols based off of it. So again, everything is like to the person that is sitting in front of us based off your blood, your sensitivity, your biomechanical assessment, your length and tension, your force production, your this, that, all these things is specific to the person. But yeah, so we do all that stuff.
Dang. That is
efficiency.
That is yeah. That
efficiency to the max.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow. I mean,
what's up, man? You getting in on this one, bro?
Man.
Oh, see?
If I had Brett in there, if we had
this guy would be like, you should probably like, I need to see you not just like 4 times a week, like 4 times a day. He's like, you are way low.
You can't even look at a picture of a donut for the next 6 months. Can't even lick a dried prune. Nothing.
He's like, dang, he caught me.
Yeah.
He caught me. He was like, hide the donuts in the back.
I was trying to smash Marcus this whole time, so it'd stay the attention and get off me.
It's like, and now it shifts. That's funny, man. No, man, we could, if you were to come in and we were to put you through everything that we have our guys go through, like on a serious note, it'd be life-changing.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like we're in the business of changing lives. It's it kind of gets blurred a little bit when it's with pro athletes, because it's like, oh, cool, like you made him this much faster or this much stronger or whatever it is. But like that's life-changing. They could get an extended career by like 5-6 years if they prevent an injury or if something happens. Like there truly is life-changing. And then with our executives, if we're able to get them to do what we're asking them to do, it's life-changing.
Yeah.
Quality of life, right? Like the quality 100%. That they can do outside, even as an average person, right? You have kids, you want to be able to stay limber.
Yeah, man.
You want to be able to stay active for them. Honestly, I think health goes in hand with your mental capacity a lot of times too.
Oh, yeah.
So a healthier thought process from a parent too that can be there, not as emotional.
Yeah.
I mean, life-changing on so many different things.
It is. And health is such a cornerstone thing. Like you improve that, everything improves. Everything improves, man. It changes your hormones, your everything. Like it starts giving you little successes. Like Brett comes in and he loses 2% body fat in 2 weeks, and it's like, dang, this is sweet. Then he's fired up. Then he goes home and everything's good with his wife, and he's you know what I mean. It changes everything. It's a domino effect. Yeah. So
I mean, I can definitely say I could agree, but like for us, in my experience, it would be, because that's like literally the most stubborn part probably of my life right now.
Right?
Yeah. Excuse upon excuse, like, to escape it as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
That's probably the thing that Adrian and I have probably talked about the most.
Yeah.
Is investing in the health, because we're busting our ass here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I bet
we're outputting as much as we can to try to make all of our girls successful here.
Yeah.
The one thing that probably we haven't turned to is ourselves, right?
Sure.
And then me being probably, I don't know, the generic stubborn man, I'm like, I'm okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
You know? Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
Not really. And then her.
That's like, a man thing,
no,
though.
It is, though.
100%.
Yeah. Or even say like,
where is it on the importance scale?
Exactly.
Like,
and I'm not really to say like I've never really had like bad thoughts, or I don't think like have any like anxiety or depression or any of that. I never really have.
Sure.
It's been more of like my stubbornness gets the best of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like stubbornness then leads to the ego, and then I tell myself, "You're all right, man." Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't lie awake and like think all that stuff. I think it's more of like holding myself accountable for the things I missed that day, and then that's what keeps me up. And, but obviously, we can dig deeper into that part, right? Sure. Absolutely, the health and wellness is not on the like I don't even think it's on the list right now. Which is crazy.
Yeah, it's one of those things though, man. Like when you experience it, it's like, oh my God, why didn't I do this before? Right. Like a business owner will happily go and pay I would pay someone 10 grand for a consultation if they told me it was going to make me 100 G's in the next 6 months. It's like, oh heck yeah, I would do that. You're the captain of your ship, and like whoever, whether it's you're the captain of your ship in your household or in your business or in your community or whatever it is, everything that you do and that happens in your little kingdom that God's blessed you with flows through you. And so if you're not investing in yourself and in your health and you're not optimizing that, everything is experiencing the deficiencies from that. So it's one of the best investments you can make is in yourself.
Yep. Because then everything will benefit the fruits of your labor on the other side of it as well. If you come in and you're getting that workout in and they see that, they see your emotions kind of change, you come in there with that extra masculine, vibe about it, that's going to change all the girls'
100%.
True. That's absolutely right.
Even push them to maybe meet some of their goals.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
I definitely think it goes both ways. It can hinder you and just as much as it can help you,
Completely agree.
You just got to take control of your own ship, like you said,
Oh.
Well, so he's coming in for an assessment tomorrow. We're getting started.
What's the schedule? What's the day? Let's go ahead and let's get the phone out. Let's mark you down for
mark it down.
100%.
Yeah.
10,
all right.
30.
He's gonna hold me.
He's like, yep, turn my phone off, right? Isn't that what time is it? What
Tomorrow,
time is it?
Just is gonna call me. Yeah.
Is that the alert? I hear the alert. Turn the phone off.
No, if there's one thing that probably could, truthfully, for both Adrian and I, the number one thing is our nutrition right now.
Oh, it's so tough.
It's insanely tough.
Yeah.
I've meal prepped before and I act like I'd never done it in my life or anything like that. Just literally, again, the excuses part.
I was going to say, because there's so many meal prep companies that are cheaper than you meal prepping at home now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
And and with us turning like that would, one, the money we spend, and two, the quality we are not getting. How many times we walk away from like, that was shitty, there goes $80.
Yeah.
And it only was one meal.
Yeah.
Last night. On the way from Caden's game last night, we stopped by Lenny's Burger, right? The better Lenny Burger out here, right?
Yeah.
For us to eat there is $100, for the whole family.
Yeah.
And it's like when we get done, at first it sounds good. Not to knock Lenny's. You're the best Lenny's still. But man, after we get done eating it, I'm like, bro, that was
for what?
For what? I spend most of my money on eating out with the family. Dude. It's like, and for what? For me to have emotional
that has
trauma.
That has to be
damage.
like 90% of what we spend money on
100%.
is literally just eating out. And then that, I'm sure in your mind, you're like, dummy, if you were not to do that, that's your investment for my gym and to get your ass right.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Really
I bet you're going to bite off this table. You're probably get in here.
I think it's a cultural thing though, right? Like it's one of our things in our culture is eating, like spending time and eating with the family is like, for me, we were broke growing up, and we could never go out to restaurants. We could never have those type of moments. So every time I get to do it, it's like, it's more so that than it is even the eating, but the eating's like the ritual part of it, right?
Which it's a great thing to eat together and to do all that. Like by no means like when people come in, like we don't take that away from them. That's important. Like my time with my wife, like once a week, we go ham on food. Like we do our thing. I'll put down a whole pizza, wings. We'll go get cookies after. I'm like,
you said no.
I'm loving it, man.
I'm down with whatever comes the next day.
But your body, it's super, super smart. If you're stressed, that's cortisol, your stress hormone. Your body knows one of the fastest ways to lower your stress hormone, cortisol, is increase insulin. What's the fastest way to spike your insulin? Have like a simple sugar. So like, again, Charles, one of the guys I used to work for, used to say no one was up at night going, oh, I was so stressed, I couldn't stop eating broccoli. Like it's usually like, I couldn't stop eating cookies or cereal. Like your body knows that it's going to spike your insulin, and insulin and cortisol are kind of like a seesaw effect. So insulin goes up, cortisol goes down, you're less stressed. Then you create a cycle. Oh, I'm stressed out. Okay. Spike your insulin, like your body knows. So
crumble cookie, go. Let's get it.
Oh, dude, I love crumble cookie.
So what you're saying is, anytime I'm stressed,
just eat cookie.
Eat cookies and ice cream,
bro. Yeah.
Why are you big? I'm just so stressed.
Sometimes
write
together.
This down.
Yeah.
Write this down. Well, the way this week looks is I'm stressed Monday, Thursday.
Gotta always have cookies on hand.
Oh yeah.
You need a crumble sponsorship at this point.
So do you do like couple deals or what?
Oh my goodness, bro. Oh, that's great.
Is it like a buy one get one. No, I'm just
Hey, man, that'd be great. The
right.
more you have to lose, the cheaper it is.
I know, right?
Yeah.
100%.
But no, this was totally.
Yeah. Any facts that you'd want like the average person to kind of focus on and on their journey? You know, everyone's in their own journey on this whole health and mental health thing. And like, I mean, where's a good place to start? Where's a good place to kind of figure out where they are in their journey of it and like maybe what next steps they would like that they should take?
Yeah, I think if people have the money to invest, you're going to save yourself so much time and wasted energy if you just invest in the best first. Right. I can't tell you how many times I've had people come in and they're like, oh, yeah, over the last 3 years, I've been trying to lose this 25 pounds or put this muscle on, or an athlete that's like, they keep getting a reoccurring injury and they go spend, it will say in the athlete standpoint, they spend $5,000 on an off season, injury still happens. Okay. They go to the same spot, $5,000 for an off season, still get the injury. They could have just spent $8,000 to start, fix the injury, and then they wouldn't have had the issue. They would have had a better career and they would have saved money. So like it's the same thing even with general population or executives or whoever. If you have the finances, if you value yourself and you value the investment in your health, do it right the first time, get the result that you want, and then maintaining it is so easy. Like it's really not that difficult to maintain once you've gotten there if you've done it right. So I would say do that. Not to minimize the kind of the simpler details, like just fixing your micronutrient deficiencies is really huge. Little habits, like one of the first things we do with our clients, whoever they are, is waking up. You don't look at your phone first thing in the morning.
I need to stick to that.
Yeah, man. So you get that dopamine kick from the phone. You get the artificial blue light. It's best to just go outside, get sunlight on your skin. That gets everything rolling. Simple habits like drinking cold water with lemon juice and colored salt in the morning to kind of get the mitochondria kicking, get cortisol running. Like there's a bunch of little things that you can do that make a difference. Most importantly, though, nothing beats hard work. There's no shortcut around it. Like if you want something, you gotta work for it, and that's just how it is. There's no simple fix. Like semaglutide's a huge one right now. Like I'll just go to the doc and I'll pay him this. And I'll get my semaglutide and I'll lose the weight. Like it maybe, and if that's the case, heck yeah, all power to you. But like you got to work hard. Don't underestimate the little things. And I would invest in the best to start and really prioritize yourself, prioritize the investment in yourself, and then just get the result.
That's great, man.
Yeah, man.
I love it. Invest in yourself.
There you go.
With the best. And that's how you do it. I honestly agree with that. You know, I definitely think that that's the way to go. And it's hard up front a lot of times for people to do that. Like, oh, maybe I'll cut corners. But like you said, there's no corners cut on any side of that. You know,
oh, man.
A lot of times you get what you pay for. So
that's cool.
Try to pay for what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Did I make that up right now?
Wow. Put that on a shirt.
Another shirt idea?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
Man, you're a walking billboard.
Walking billboard. I wish someone would tell me, man. I look like one right now. Riz Pharma. We in there. If you could go ahead and let everybody know where to find you out on social media, where to find Built Better.
Yeah, man.
And how to get in contact with you.
For sure. So we've got our website, www.builtbetter-az.com. That's going to be the easiest way to contact us. There's also Instagram, my personal page, Justin King Pro, and our Built Better page, builtbetter_AZ. Those are going to be the easiest ways to reach us. Email, DM, honestly, whatever. And then we'll get people taken care of from there.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we really appreciate you coming on the show with us, man. It's been awesome.
It was a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You make me feel like my vocabulary needs to get jumped up. Big wise mitochondrias and cortisols and it just I mean, very, very good stuff. So I'm super appreciative for you to come in and kind of give us that info.
Sure.
I know a lot of people out there be inclined to kind of keep picking your mind. So definitely reach out, you guys. Another thing, Riz Pharma, go check out their site. They're doing a lot of big things as well, guys. And they're just growing. So it's awesome to see somebody try to jump into that space and just try to help. Yep. You can find me at Maniac McGhee _MMA on Instagram, Maniac McGhee on Twitter, and Brett
at Brett Anthony M on Instagram. Pretty much the only one I got. And just to let people know that is a 2X that he's wearing. That is tight. It's a lot bigger. He's a lot bigger than you think.
Medium.
Yeah.
I'm wearing
Extra
I'm
medium.
wearing medium myself, and that thing's tight.
100%. 100%. Thank you guys. We'll catch you guys later.